So this whipped coffee stuff has been all over the internet. I'm sure you have seen it. If not, just search whipped coffee and you're gonna see hundreds of posts. Now the whipped coffee, the frothy coffee, it's been around for a long time. This is not something that's brand new. It just currently happens to be trending from what I understand because of a video on TikTok. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try to do the dalgona, and see if I can make the whipped coffee using the regular recipe. Now you've seen a lot of people do that. I just wanna try it out. I wanna see what it tastes like. But I also wanna know is, how can we make it using just regular brewed coffee? Now I love coffee. I have coffee brewed every morning. I have some ideas. I think we're gonna be able to whip some regular coffee just by adding something else in there that causes friction to create those air bubbles. So let's try out the regular version first, and let's try a few different things and see if we can work our way up to making a whipped coffee with some basic ingredients you might have at home and some regular brewed coffee. So for the basic recipe that you've probably already seen, it's really easy. It's just 1 part instant coffee to 1 part sugar to 1 part hot water. Now, a lot of people are whisking it by hand, doing 400 whisks. I'm not about doing that because we're gonna be doing a bunch of these today to just try out different versions. So I'm gonna be using my hand mixer. Now you can use a stand mixer, I'm sure that would be fine, but this is just gonna be a heck of a lot easier cleanup. So I'm gonna do just 2 tablespoons of everything. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons. Oop, too much, a little too much. And then now all we gotta do is just whisk this together. I'm gonna mix it kind of slow here real quick and then kick it up to high speed. I should have used a bigger bowl because I'm starting to see little coffee droplets everywhere. And really quickly, this is changing colors. This is coming together pretty fast. And that whips together pretty fast into a stiff peak. That didn't take that long with a hand mixer. I'm gonna try it with just a little bit of oat milk and see how this tastes. So we got our ice, our oat milk, and then let's top this off with our whipped coffee. I mean, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. So I kind of just want to give the whipped topping a try. Ooh, that's like a really unique flavor. It's really good. So here's the drink in itself. That's delicious. I think what you have to do is you have to like tilt it. You have to tilt it at a certain angle where you're getting half of the whipped topping and half of the drink. Yeah, that's delicious. I can see why everybody's doing that. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Oh, that's really good.
Isn't it really?
I like it.
Okay, let me wash this stuff all up really quick, and then we're gonna try something else. So I think we could accomplish something similar if we just grind regular coffee beans fine enough, almost like an espresso. So let's grind this up as fine as my little grinder here is gonna allow me. So I think this is pretty fine. This is like espresso powder. This is about as fine as you can get. So same thing. Let's see if we can do the 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now the only thing I'm gonna do a little bit different is I'm gonna mix the coffee and the sugar together. The sugar is gonna probably maybe bind a little bit to some of the coffee. I think that might kind of help this if it was like kind of like pre-mixed. Okay, so after about 3 minutes of whipping, there has been literally no change. This is just a liquid, it's a coffee liquid. So it's just the pure coffee grounds was essentially too thick. It's just, after whipping it for a while, there's no change to it. But we're not done. I'm gonna clean this up and try something new and see if I can get it to work. I think I could get it to work. So one of the methods that I have some pretty high hopes for is just using regular brewed black coffee. Now I know a lot of people have tried using like a regular brewed black coffee, but I think this method is actually gonna work. So I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna use some xanthan gum. Now I'm gonna use like 1/8 of a teaspoon, the tiniest amount. If you use too much, you're gonna end up with a gummy drink. Then here we go, 2 tablespoons of the black coffee, and let's get whipping. What I ended up doing was just I started adding some more coffee to it as it gelled up, and it did whip. We have a nice whipped consistency. It's pretty good. I don't know if it will sit on any coffee. It's not bad. It's honestly not that bad. So I mean, as you can see, it worked to a point. We have a whipped coffee, but it might not be as frothy as the other one. Still pretty good. Actually, I like that a lot. I do actually really like the consistency of that. This method's pretty good. It tastes very, very similar, even though it's less coffee. Really good. This one has almost more of like a caramel style taste. A lot darker coffee. This one's lighter. I'll be honest, if I had the choice between the two, I would pick this one. Okay, let me clean it up. I got another method coming. So like I said in the beginning, this method reminds me, similar to how marshmallows are made. Literally, I was trying to make whipped coffee the whole day. I thought I understood what was causing the coffee to whip. I tried using cocoa powder, I tried using methyl cellulose, I tried multiple different starches from cornstarch, potato starch. I tried aquafaba. I could not get the coffee to whip, so I'm just gonna skip all of the methods that didn't work, and we're gonna go to the last method that worked. Thanks for watching. Sorry, my quarantine face here right now. So I've spent a large majority of today testing different methods to try to get coffee to gel up. So right now, I just watched a video on YouTube. I'm gonna leave the creator's name right here. I watched a video and I'm gonna link down in the description below where she actually boiled her coffee down to create a thick coffee syrup, and that really seemed to work. So I'm gonna try that out really quick. So I have about 2 cups of coffee. I'm gonna pour into a large saucepan here. I'm gonna fire up this heat and bring this to a pretty heavy boil. Once this starts boiling, I'm gonna add sugar and I'm just gonna kind of mix it in. We'll see what happens. Let's see if we can make whipped coffee without instant coffee. I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon to this because this is a heck of a lot more liquid than what we were using before. So what I'm gonna do is, because we had 2 tablespoons of sugar in the saucepan here, and we're getting to the point to where I think we're ready to move on this. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons more sugar in my mixing bowl. At this point, I'd say that we have probably a half of a cup, not even maybe. Let's bring our sugary mixture here. Let's kind of start whisking and just see what happens. We might be getting a foam. It's getting kind of thick. It's not a stabilized foam, but it is like a cream. That's about as far as this one's gonna go. I do wanna try it out in a glass really quick. Now, out of all of them that I've tried so far, honestly, the original is the best. This is the most recent one, the boiled down coffee. That method worked. The xanthan gum version worked really well too, but methyl cellulose, cornstarch, all of the other ones, they didn't work. Let's try this one out. Yeah, it's good in its own unique way, honestly. It is pretty good. None of these are super sweet, even though they have a lot of sugar in them. None of them are like really, really sweet. And I put these all together with oat milk. Oat milk works really well. It can hold the weight of the cream on top. I think the original one was actually just a bit too strong. So something like this might come off a little bit better. And it's honestly a heck of a lot easier to make a bigger batch with this one. This is my favorite one, actually. Well, I hope you guys didn't mind this fun one today, testing the viral TikTok coffee that's been around for a long time. I already know that. It's been around for years, but this is good. I'm glad this is the new viral trend. If you haven't yet, please click the subscribe button and click this video right here. This is just gonna be another one of my veggie videos.